My name is Margaret. I'm 89 years old. Yesterday, I was flipping through an old photo album and found a picture of myself at 32. I'm standing in front of our very first home, holding our daughter on my hip. I stared at her for a long time and I realized I don't know that woman anymore. Not just because she's younger, but because she feels like someone entirely different, someone with dreams, fears, and ideas that I can barely remember having. Every version of me that I once knew is gone, and I'm the only one left standing. I've lived long enough to outlast almost everyone who knew me well. My husband passed away 12 years ago. My sister died 6 years before that. Most of my friends are gone too. But it's not only them. I've lost pieces of myself along the way. I was the girl who wanted to be a dancer, the young mother who thought she could do it all perfectly, the woman in her 50s who believed she still had time, the wife who thought her marriage would last forever. They're all gone, and I'm what remains. When I was 23, I wanted to move to New York to study dance. I wasn't extraordinary, but my teacher said I had real potential. Then I met Henry, and he had a steady job here. Marriage felt practical. I promised myself I would keep dancing on the side. I didn't. By the time I was 30, I had 2 children and a house to manage. Thoughts of New York, stages, and the pure joy of movement disappeared. I became someone else entirely, a mother, a wife, a responsible adult. The dancer I once was simply faded, unnoticed, unmourned. Now in the quiet of late nights, I think of her. That girl had something I lost, a kind of vitality, a sense of aliveness I can hardly summon anymore. When my daughter was 15, she wanted to quit piano after 8 years of lessons. She was talented, and I told her no. I insisted she'd regret it if she stopped. She argued, resisted for weeks, but eventually relented. She kept playing. She doesn't anymore. 20 years have passed since she last touched the keys. The last time I asked her if she ever thought about piano, she said no. She never liked it. She only did it because I made her. I was convinced I was teaching discipline, but all I did was shape her into someone she didn't want to be, just as I let my own life shape me into someone I didn't choose. If I could speak to a younger woman now, I would say this: don't lose yourself completely in the roles you play. Don't let the obligations and expectations erase the person underneath. One day, you'll be old and you'll look back wondering who you became and why. Henry and I were married for 56 years. People would ask the secret to a long marriage. I'd smile and talk about patience and compromise, but I'm not sure we were happy. We were comfortable, familiar, but we never truly knew each other. He didn't know about New York or the dancing I gave up. I never told him. I didn't know his unspoken dreams either. We spoke about bills, children, and household repairs, but never about our own desires. Then one day, he was gone, a sudden heart attack, and I realized I'd spent 56 years with someone I never fully let see me because I didn't know who I was anymore. I had become a collection of roles: wife, mother, grandmother, each masking the one before. If I could whisper to my younger self, I would say, tell the truth about who you are, even when it's uncomfortable, even if it doesn't fit into the life you've been handed. Silence becomes a habit, and then it becomes your entire life. After Henry passed, people asked how I was managing. They expected sadness, and there was some of that. I missed him, the routine, the presence of someone else in the house, but I also felt something I hadn't anticipated: relief. Not because I was glad he was gone, but because finally I had space to rediscover who I was without having to be anyone else's wife. Except by then, I didn't remember how. Now at 89, I live alone in a small apartment. Most days are quiet. I read, watch birds, think. What I think about most are the versions of myself I've left behind. I cannot go back and tell that 23-year-old to move to New York. I cannot tell the mother to let her daughter quit piano. I cannot tell the wife to have the hard conversations, to speak the truth. Those moments are gone. Those people are gone. But maybe you, wherever you are, still have time. Perhaps you're 30, 40, or 50. Maybe some part of this resonates with you. Here's what I want you to know. The person you are now won't last forever. You will change whether you intend to or not. Life reshapes you. But don't lose yourself completely along the way. Remember your own desires, the quiet longings you've buried. Talk to those you love. Have honest conversations about hopes, fears, dreams. One day, they will be gone, or you will be, and you cannot retrieve those lost words. I look at old photos and see familiar faces I don't recognize. She looks confident, composed, but I remember the uncertainty beneath, the constant performance of pretending. I spent a lifetime becoming someone I thought I should be. Now I am too old to become anyone new. I am the sum of all my choices, all my previous selves, all my compromises. Perhaps that is the way of living long. You outlive everyone, including the person you once were. You become a stranger in your own life. I don't know if I have regrets exactly. Regret feels too simple. But I do wonder what might have happened if I had held tighter to the people I used to be, if I had let them stay instead of burying them. Maybe I'd feel more whole now, more like one person instead of a collection of ghosts. I am 89. Everyone I was is gone. And here I am, still trying to understand who that leaves me to be. If you've listened this far, thank you. Maybe you understand. Maybe someday you will. Either way, thank you for listening. From No Filter Advice,